Hello everyone, Michael back with another video. In this video, I will be demonstrating how to create a video pop-up in your Power app. If you enjoy Power Platform videos, feel free to subscribe because we'll be putting out more videos in that area. So now for my intro. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate how to add a video pop-up to your Power app. I have already created my home screen for my Power app. And what I want to do is when a user clicks on this view instructions button down at the bottom, I want this to show a pop-up window in my Power App where the user will be able to watch the tutorial video and then exit that pop-up window and then proceed to do whatever they need to do in the Power App. So to start, let's go ahead and start working on creating the pop-up window, and then I will import the video to the Power App and then we will put it all together. So let's go ahead and add a rectangle to my Power App, and this is going to be for the background of the pop-up window because I don't want users to be able to click when that pop-up shows up. I don't want the users to be able to click outside that pop-up on something on the background because it can get buggy. So I'm just trying to restrict that. Let's go ahead and add a rectangle. And then for the position on the right-hand side, for the X, I will set it to 0. I will set the Y to 0. I will click on the width. So in the top left-hand bar, I will go ahead and make this parent.width, and that's going to make it so that rectangle starts at the leftmost hand side of the app and goes all the way to the right, depending on how big your app is. And for the height, I'm going to do the same thing. So we got the height property now, and then I'll just do parent.height, and it covers up my whole app. So next, let's go ahead and click on color because I don't want a blue background. I like to usually go with like a faint gray and then make it somewhat transparent. I think that looks really good, and I've always really stuck with it. So I will go ahead and change the RGBA to 245, 245, 245, and then point, I feel like 0.7. So we can see that we have now a gray background and it's 70% transparent. So that's what the 0.7 means. These other three values are color values. So red, green, and blue, you pretty much just tell it how much of that red, green, or blue to add. We want to go ahead and add a pop-up window now. So let's go ahead and add a container. So I will go ahead and use a vertical container because I'm going to have like a little bar at the top, just like a little header. And then I will have a video underneath that. So let's go ahead and add a vertical container. Now I do want this to be aligned in the middle of my app. So you could manually set these to like 130 and everything else, but if some users are on a bigger screen, I like to make sure that's always aligned middle. So I'm going to click on the width, and I want this pop-up window to be, let's say, like 70 or 80% of the screen. I will go ahead and do parent.width. So that's going to get the width of my parent, which is the home screen. I go to the home screen, look at the width, it's going to be the max app.width. So it's always going to be whatever the screen size is. I will do parent.width times, let's say, 0.7. So it's gonna our pop-up window, and actually let's do like 0.8 because we are playing a window. We're not asking like questions. If it was questions, I will usually do something smaller. But since we're displaying a video, we kind of want this to be bigger so the user can watch it. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the height property now, and I will do parent.height. And if I can spell height, so parent.height times 0.8. So that'll take up 80% of the height. So for our X property now, and how I navigate, if I go into like width, height, I just click on like the X. So if I click on the X will populate in the properties. That's how I'm doing that so quick. It's not always obvious. So for the X, we want this to line up in the middle. So we want to do parent.width minus self.width. And then we want to divide that by 2. You want to put the parent.width minus self.width in parentheses because we want that action to subtract first and then divide. So order of operations. So let's go ahead and navigate to the Y property, and we will do the same thing, but just using the height. So parent.height minus self.height divided by 2. So now we can see that our pop-up little container is centered in the screen. So that is what we want. So let me go ahead and rename these properties on the left-hand side. So pop up. Let's do video container. And then for the rectangle background, we'll just do video background. All right, so let's go ahead and add a title at the top. So with this title, I actually want to put it into another container because I want the title and then I want to have like an X icon on top of that title. And to do that, we need to add a container. So on my video container, I'm going to change the padding to all zeros because I want my container on the inside to not be inside that and have like a little padding around it. I want it to be like right on top of it. So I'm going to change lows to 0. I'm also going to change the border radius to 0. And we will take off the drop shadow for now. I might add it back in. I will go ahead and add a border on that outside video container for now. We might change it later, but just so I can see like a little outline of that container. And so we have the container 2 on the inside. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to turn off the border radius and set that drop shadow to 0. So let's go ahead and turn off the flexible height on this container 2. And let's say we want our title to be around 50 for the height. I think that's a good amount. Sometimes you'll do like 40 or 50. And let's go ahead and add a text label. If you want to use a modern control, feel free. I usually, it depends on the app if I want to use modern or old stuff. I feel like the old stuff are more reliable sometimes and have more features that you might need. So I might use them. It really just depends how I'm feeling. So we have our label right now. So this is going to be our video header. I'm just going to rename that. And then on the right hand side, let's change the position to 0, the height to 0. So it's going to be there. We want to make this a flexible width. So I want this to go all the way across in my container. We want to do for the width parent.width. And then I will do parent.height for the height property. So I do want my text to be centered, and we will just do video tutorial for app. I will bolden this, and then we'll just add a little background to the label to make it stand out. Okay, so as I was saying, we do want like an X icon in the top right hand side of this label. So the user is able to exit the pop-up. So if you type cancel here, they have a nice cancel badge that you can use that I use a lot for my apps. So we want this to be on the right hand side, just like a regular window. So I will change the X property to parent.width. So that's going to put it outside of our parent container. So let's go ahead and do parent.width minus self.width. And that's going to bring it right up over here. If you want to make it a little smaller or bigger, depending on how big your label is. So it's set the height to 50 for this. I'll just do container2 height. So if I ever do end up changing the height of that container, this is automatically just dynamically going to change. So I think that looks good enough. Sometimes you might add a little padding on, the X icon. But let's go ahead and change the color to either white. The white kind of blends in, so we'll just stick with the red for now. I think the red looks fine. All right, so we got the container now. So that's good. Now let's go ahead and add in the video. So I will go ahead and do video. So you got the media and you want to click on video. It puts it right in the middle. So I will go ahead and do aligning container. We want that to show on the left-hand side. Actually, I want it to expand all the way across in my container so we can actually do the stretch one. And then I will turn on the flexible height because I do want it to take up most of that space. So we do have the color down here. It's showing blue. So depending on your video, it really depends on the video, like the resolution you set for the video, if it includes those outside bars. I will just set these to like a gray for now. So if you do want to start adding the video, you would click on the right hand side. You would click on media. So let's go ahead and add in a media file. So it does only take in certain video files. So if your video file isn't showing when you click on upload, you might need to either convert that video file, or if you have a very large video file, in the bottom left hand corner where my webcam is, let me just slide that up. Upload media files no larger than 64 megabytes. So you do have to make sure that your video files aren't too large, because you can only have 200 megabytes in this Power App. You might be able to increase that. I'm not sure because I don't really upload that much content to my Power Apps. But if you do have a long video, you might have to compress it down to like a lower size to get that size down so it fits in that limit. So let me go ahead and add the video that I uploaded to this video control in my Power App. So we have the media property at the top left-hand side. So whatever you named your media file, so mine is test video, you don't have to include the extension, but you will have to type it out. So test video. So let me just click on this. I will mute the video so you guys don't hear it, but it is me. So there I am. And let's just say it's a tutorial for my app. So that's what I want. I want users to be able to watch something real quick in the app. Let's see what other properties we have. So on start, on pause, end. So everything looks good. We do want to show the controls so the user can, full screen this or not. So let's go ahead and navigate to the home screen. So when I boot up this app and this is the first screen of the app, I do want to set a variable to either hide or show this pop-up. So when they open the app, I don't want this pop-up to show. So we'll do set var video pop-up. We will set this to false. So when this screen loads in my Power App, it's going to be false. So it's not going to show. Let's go ahead and assign that variable to these controls. So I have my container and my background. So we want to just highlight these two. If you hold down control, you can select multiple things. So I will hold down control. I will navigate to the visible property, and then I will set that to my variable. So var video pop-up. Currently it's blank. So if I navigate back to this screen, I can see that this is now false. So this variable is false. Those aren't showing. So let's navigate to the button that I want users to select to be able to show that pop-up. So right now we just have a test function in there. So you want to go to the onSelect property for that button, and you want to set that variable. So var video pop-up, we want to set that to true. So when we click on that button, our video is now showing. So we can see that actually the video is at 8 seconds. So it never reset when I exited this pop-up. So we want to navigate to the icon that we put in the top right hand side for the hiding the pop-up. So let's go ahead and do on select. So on select, we do want to reset the video. So that will bring, if I watch like a minute into it, when they open it up again, it will restart from the start. So we're just going to do reset video 1. So it's going to reset the video. So if I do click on that now, it brings it back to the start, which is what we want. And then we want to set that variable back to false. So now when they click on that, the video plays. And when I click on the X, it hides the pop-up and brings it back to the start. So that is how you make a video pop-up in Power Apps. I hope this tutorial was helpful. I tried to do it pretty descriptive on every property, every action that we took. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any feedback, please leave them down in the comments below. And I will catch you guys in the next video.